History of Slavery, Video 1. 16 Shocking Facts About Slavery Most People Never Learned. Number 1. Did you know slavery did not begin with the Atlantic slave trade?
Slavery was already thousands of years old before the first enslaved Africans were transported across the Atlantic. The earliest surviving writings describe societies where slavery already existed.
Number 2. Did you know no single race, nation, or religion invented slavery?
As far back as written history reaches, people were taking captives in war, enslaving debtors, forcing people to labor, and treating human beings as property. Slavery appeared independently in many civilizations.
Number 3. Did you know slavery has existed on every inhabited continent?
Europe, Africa, Asia, the Middle East, the Americas, Australia, and the Pacific all have histories involving slavery or severe forms of forced bondage. Slavery is a human history, not the history of only one race or country.
Number 4. Did you know it is statistically extraordinarily unlikely that your family tree contains only slaves or only slaveholders?
Go back far enough and each of us has an enormous number of ancestral lines. Given how widespread slavery, captivity, serfdom, and other forms of bondage were across thousands of years, it is overwhelmingly likely that most, if not all, people alive today descend from people who suffered bondage and from people who participated in systems that held others in bondage.
Number 5. Did you know the English word slave comes from the name of a European people?
During the Middle Ages, so many Slavic people were captured and sold that the Latin sclavus, originally referring to a Slav, gradually became a word for an enslaved person. It eventually produced the English word slave.
Number 6. Did you know Vikings were slave traders?
Vikings were explorers, settlers, warriors, and merchants. But they also captured people, men, women, and children from Ireland, Britain, Eastern Europe, the Baltic, and elsewhere were carried into far-reaching slave trading networks.
Number 7. Did you know slavery was already ancient when some of humanity's first laws were written?
Ancient Mesopotamian records describe enslaved people, showing that slavery existed thousands of years ago. Some became enslaved through warfare, some through debt, and others were born into slavery.
Number 8. Did you know ancient slavery wasn't typically based on race?
Ancient Mesopotamian records describe enslaved people, showing that slavery existed thousands of years ago. Some became enslaved through warfare, some through debt, and others were born into slavery.
Number 9. Did you know Europeans were enslaved too?
Europeans were captured by other Europeans, Vikings, steppe peoples, Mediterranean raiders, and North African corsairs at different periods. Some captives were ransomed. Others worked in homes, brothels, quarries, construction, or aboard galleys.
Number 10. Did you know slavery has had many names besides slavery?
Captivity, debt bondage, serfdom, galley slavery, forced labor, penal labor, blackbirding, forced marriage, sexual exploitation, and other systems have taken away people's freedom. The legal definitions differ, but changing the name does not eliminate the suffering.
Number 11. Did you know some enslaved people could legally buy or earn their freedom?
Slavery was not identical everywhere. Some societies permitted manumission, redemption, or release after certain conditions. Others made bondage hereditary or nearly impossible to escape. Understanding those differences helps us understand history without pretending any loss of freedom was acceptable.
Number 12. Did you know laws sometimes protected enslaved people thousands of years ago?
Some ancient societies restricted particular abuses or gave enslaved people limited legal protections. But protection from certain abuses was not the same thing as freedom.
Number 13. Did you know ordinary people helped slavery survive?
Slavery did not depend only on kings, generals, and slave traders. Farmers, merchants, families, governments, religious institutions, soldiers, sailors, and ordinary communities sometimes accepted systems of bondage as simply the way things are.
Number 14. Did you know abolishing the slave trade did not abolish slavery?
Countries sometimes outlawed slave trading before abolishing slavery itself. Illegal traders continued operating, secret routes remained, and other forms of forced labor survived. Ending one slave trade did not end human bondage.
Number 15. Did you know slavery still exists?
Forced labor, debt bondage, sexual exploitation, forced marriage, trafficking, domestic servitude, and other forms of modern slavery isn't only a story about the past. It is estimated that between 26 and 50 million people are enslaved today.
Number 16. Did you know the most important question in the history of slavery may not be what our ancestors did, but what we do today?
We cannot change whether our ancestors were enslaved others, fought slavery, or ignored it. We can decide what kind of ancestors we will become ourselves.
Please like, share, and subscribe for more history most are never taught. And remember, as said by George Santana, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. There are many more videos coming about the history of slavery around the world and on every inhabited continent. There are also many more videos on the history of North America and the United States of America. For students who want a deeper understanding, the book includes questions for reflection and questions for further research at the end of most chapters.